Hey, welcome to the second part of the detailed tutorial for making a fireplace. In this part, we will add some modifiers, we will add a 3D texture easily, and then we will learn step by step how to UV unwrap the shape. This is a very important step and it needs to be made in the beginning of making a shape before it gets too complex and the task gets nearly impossible. In the description you can find the music clip that was the reason I made a similar fireplace. Check it if you have any suggestions or anything there that you want me to make a tutorial about. Also, if you want to buy the final project of the fireplace, you can find the two in the description for $3 to support the channel.
In the second part, we will add some modifiers. The first modifier is the subdivision modifier. The most popular modifier of all modifiers, you know? Look at this shape. What is this, my friend? This is not... This looks like more like a pipe, not like a fireplace. No, we don't want this. So we will, instead of using Catmull-Clark, we will use the simple method. This way we have our shape nice and square, you see, and then we add another modifier. It's called the displace modifier. So we're adding this modifier to add some brick look to the fireplace. We could just add a texture, but we are not. We are adding like something like a 3D texture. We're adding a texture map. So we hit new here and then go to the texture properties panel and hit open, and we have some 3D texture, some 3D texture map in here. So this is our brick wall texture. It looks ugly here, but we will fix it in a moment. So what is this texture? It's something that will tell Blender, it will read it like depth. It will read the white as no depth, and the more it goes to gray and to black, the more depth it will give it. So in the displacement. Okay, so we change the coordinates to UV because we will UV unwrap our walls and in a moment, and we will reduce the strange from 1 to like 0.1. so here we start to see a wall emerging, you see. Let's add some subdivisions in our subdivision modifier to see it more clearly, you see. So to 6, now we see the wall more clearly, but we will you see the alignment is very wrong here and here. Here you see all the bricks, most of the bricks are vertical and not horizontal. We will fix this in the UV editing tab. Okay, so we'll go there. So what is UV editing? I really don't know what UV stands for, but it's like if you have a texture and you want to apply it to an object like this, you have to align it to each face of the object. So UV editing is basically that. Sometimes with simpler objects like just a plane, it's very simple to do, but the more complicated the object is, or the mesh is, the more complicated the UV mapping will. There are some ways to automatically UV unwrap. Sometimes it works, sometimes not. So here we will have a basic exercise on UV unwrapping. This is not a very simple... What is this? What is this? This is weird. So the first thing to do is to here choose our brick wall texture. Okay, here it is. Zoom out a little bit with the wheel of the mouse, and then you see here that you can see the bricks. So there's a trick. By default, when we are in edit mode here in the UV editing, we can't see the brick wall. But if there is a button here in the modifiers tab under displacement, you see this here, we can enable the modifier to be seen, to be visible in edit mode, so that we don't have to switch constantly between mode, between edit and object mode. So the first thing we have to do is to select one face. So switch to face select. We select this face. You see that it is shown as a square here. We see here that we saw that the bricks are vertical, so we should so let's select this this guy and hit R for rotate, and then type 90 on the keyboard and hit enter. So now we see that we rotated this 90 degrees and the bricks now are horizontal. They're not very visible, but if we make this app to 6 levels of subdivisions, we can see the brick wall, you see. So let's resize it to make it rectangular, just like this, on the y-axis like this, and make it a rectangle. So you see, the more bricks we get inside the square, the more bricks we'll see here. You see, we can move it using G, and like this maybe. Let's do shift select the opposite face. Okay, you see here it's a rectangle, here it's square, here still the bricks are vertical. Let's select this guy and let's do R90 to rotate it, and then let's try to make it the same size as its brother there. So S and R, no, Y, to make it a rectangle. Let's make it, yeah. So here we are, we just UV unwrapped these two sides. Okay, about this side, you know, the rear of the so here there should be a wall hiding the fireplace. We could just leave it like this and not unwrap it, except maybe the top of the chimney that will be outside the roof and will be visible. But it's very easy to unwrap this guy, so we will unwrap it, you see. So we select this guy, and you see the bricks are vertical, so we do A, select R 90 degrees, and let's make it bigger with S, like this, and then G, and like this, so that we have whole bricks in the bottom and in the yeah, on the top. Now let's unwrap some other guys. Okay, let's select this face and this face and this face and this face, these 4 faces. You see here, they look weird, they look like lines. So there's some trick to do here, is to right click, we do not subdivide, but UV unwrap faces, unwrap. So now we have this frame here. It's weird that yeah, this side is narrower than this side. I think this is the top side. Yeah, so it's all messed up. I don't know why they are all rotated like 90 degrees. So A to select everything, and then R 90. Okay, it looks a little bit better. And then S and resize. I think this is good. Let's move it like this, so we have I think we are having a, yeah, you see here there are 1 brick, and here 2 bricks, and here it's the opposite. So we should rotate this guy 180 degrees, so that the top is on top and the bottom is in the bottom. Rotates. Okay, now it's reflected correctly. Okay, so like this. I think it looks good, doesn't it? So these guys look good. How about this? Okay, let's unwrap this. This too, let's select and then do R90, or maybe it should be -90, but we don't care. It's resize. How about the bottom? Not you. How about this? I think we should I don't know, make it wider, so SX, yeah, like this, to make, so you see, if you make this wider, the bricks here will be smaller, because the more bricks you get inside, the more bricks there will be here, and so more bricks, it means narrower bricks, basically. Okay, so this is good. Let's select these 2 guys, this guy and shift this guy, and rotate them. Let's rotate them this time A. Let's rotate them -90 degrees for a change. Let's get them up a bit, and then we do SY like this. So you see, the higher they are, the more bricks we get into our wall. Now let's unwrap this guys. You see this guys here. In this frame we unwrapped all 4 of these because we had like bricks, horizontal bricks, and then horizontal here and horizontal here, you see. But here, if you select these 4 and we try to unwrap them, we will get some messed up bricks. Some will be vertical and some will be horizontal. It will be ugly. So what I'm gonna do is to select these opposite guys and unwrap them together, and then we do the same thing with the others, you see. So let's select these 2 vertices and do GX to make them almost the same size, and then we select everything with A and do R minus 90 degrees. And you see they are very big and the bricks inside are very small, so we should make them smaller like this. And you see we start to have a nice shape, you see. G, move them a little bit, nice. And now we select these 2 guys, do the same, right click and wrap, and then we do, I don't know, I think we should, so select everything with A and then rotate minus 90, doesn't matter, minus 90 or 90, or so select S for resize and then resize, and then we have this, we have some bricks, but I think they are too narrow, don't you think? So what to do when the bricks are very narrow? What to do to make them wider is to make this guy narrower, this guy, wider the bricks here, you see. So we do S and then X, so we resize on the Y axis, and then we do like this, make it narrower, and you see the bricks are getting wider there, you see. Isn't this beautiful? Let's go into object mode. Nice. So back into edit mode. Let's continue our work in unwrapping this guy, okay? So let's select this and the opposite side. Okay, let's do this. UV unwrap, so we have these guys like this. I don't know why one is very okay, let's do GX, make it a little bit narrower, and then we do A to select everything, and then R, and then minus 90, and then resize, and you see we make them smaller, and that way we make the bricks larger here. Okay, let's move it a little bit like this. It looks nice, it looks nice. And then we select this and shift selects this, and we do right click and wrap, same thing, we select everything, we do R, we do minus 90 degrees, doesn't matter minus or not minus, but we do it anyway. And then you say we make the brick better, bigger and more beautiful and amazing and everything. And then okay, let's make this line just in the edge of the bricks, so that we don't have these split bricks here. So we select these guys here, and then we do G and make it like this. You see how you can do some precise things. We are doing things quickly, but you can do it more slowly and make a better job of the unwrapping process, you see. But I don't know, I'm satisfied with this. But you see the bricks are narrow, so we should narrow this guy to make the bricks larger, if you get what I mean. Okay, we select everything, we do S and X to resize on the X-axis only, and I think this is good. This is good and beautiful. This is amazing. Okay, now to these vertices, to these 4 pillars, let's select them all 4. Okay, and then we do unwrap. Okay, now what is this? What is this? Why are you doing this to me? I think there's something we can do to fix this. So let's Control Z to undo. I think we should select one how is it called, one edge like this, and then go to, I don't know how, edge, and they're called seams. Mark seam, you see, you mark it as a seam. So if we mark one edge as a seam and then select, we should go back to face select and select our faces. Okay, so we select these 4 faces and we have our seam here, and let's see if we can unwrap them now correctly without that mess. Unwrap. Oh, this is much better, isn't it? But always, I don't know why, always we'll have to rotate them 90 degrees. Always our bricks are vertical. So we select everything and we do R and we do 90 this time, and this is good. But you see that all the sides, even though we have 2 larger sides and 2 narrower sides, all the sides are the same width here, and that's why we have some narrow bricks here and some larger bricks here. So what to do, I don't know exactly which one is the narrow one and which one, so we will just experiment with this. Okay, we'll select 2 guys from here and let's try to do G and then X and make it. Okay, so this is a narrow side. If this is a narrow side, it means that this is a larger side and this is also a larger side. Okay, we do Z, and no, we want to make this, no, we'll have to make it narrower. Okay, so we do G and X and make it narrower like this. So we have some beautiful bricks, and then we select all these guys and then we do JX again and make the same for the other side, that is this one. So let's make them almost the same width. I think I'm satisfied with this. This is good. This is very good. There's something that I'm not comfortable with, is this shape here. I don't know why this happened, you see? I don't know. I have no idea why this happened. X-ray mode. We will try to fix that later, okay? But first, let's continue our unwrapping job. Bum bum ba bum. Let's select these faces. So we selected all 3 faces, and now all 4 faces. Let's do unwrap. So we have this frame here. Let's select everything. Let's make it smaller so we have more bricks, and I don't know, let's make it wider like this maybe. It's a little bit ugly, I don't know why. No, like this. It's not very bad, but I don't know. I don't know what to do now. SY like this, or make it larger. Maybe like this. Maybe like this. Okay, I keep it like this. I like it like this. So let's select this guy and the opposite guy here. Shift left select and then our left click, unwrap. And for once we won't have to rotate these guys, so select everything and we do S and Y to make them narrower so that we have larger bricks. This looks good. I like this. I like this, my friend. Let's fix this. Okay, G O Y. Yeah, no, yeah, GY. Okay, let's select these. Just make them meet the edges of the wall so that it looks better. Okay, nice. So let's select the other 2 sides, do unwrap and then yeah, select everything and resize. Nice. So to the upper side. So here there's a mess. I don't know what happened here really. I'm not sure what happened really. So we just disable the subdivision and we try to select one edge. Oh, I don't. You see? There's something very ugly here. I should have used J, I think, when I merge these buttons, these vertices. What if we just dissolved this edge? Dissolve edge. It won't dissolve. What if we deleted the edge? X delete edges. Oh, it was successful. X and then delete edges. Okay, let's do the vertice mode and let's select these two and then do J. So let's select this face. It works. Okay, so now again we select this and do J. We join them and now we have 4 separate faces. If we try to mirror now, will it work? Select G. Oh yeah, it works. Nice. The mirroring works, but we will disable it for now. Okay, so let's enable subdivision and then enable displacement. Oh, so now we fixed that issue we had. So next time when you join 2 vertices, use J. So we select these 4 faces and then we do unwrap and then let's do A and then resize. Let's try to fix this. Let's select these guys and do G and go down here and then select these 2 guys and G down to the edge here. You see? Yeah, let's fix it like this. It doesn't look bad, I think. Okay, so we almost finished our unwrapping except on these inside thingies, you see. Let's go to edge select and select one of these edges. I don't know if we succeeded or not. Maybe we should use X-ray mode. So you can use the wheel to roll these tools here. If you can see the X-ray mode, it's hidden there. So we use the wheel and we select it and we try to select one of these edges. I think it is selected already. So this guy and go to edge and mark seam. Nice. Let's disable X-ray and then number 3 face select these 4 faces and UV unwrap them. So now we have these 4 sides, ugly sides. Again we have to rotate them 90 degrees, so we do AR 90. Why do you look like this? So we'll try to make them straight. Let's make them straight, man. So J like this and then like this and then like this. We won't spend too much time fixing unwrapping this inside because nobody is going we are not Santa Claus, you see. We are not Papa Noel. We won't be going inside a chimney to see if the walls inside look good. So where is the narrow part and where is the, you see, I'm going to do the opposite that I'm saying, and I'm doing some extra work to figure out where is the narrow and where is the larger wall. So this is the narrow one and this is the other narrow one. So let's take these and do this. Okay, so this is it. We finished our UV unwrapping. It looks very good.
Thanks for watching part 2. In the next part, we will bring the fireplace to its final complex shape by learning the proper and clean way to subdivide it using loop cuts, and then we will apply our modifiers. See you in the next part.